Sopo ki? Belanda. Verbruggen, Bert. Oke. Caranya band yang terbaru. Apa sih? Acara saya nih kiai. Auto aja lah. Lumayan. Baya, baya. Kunde masuk. Isko. Kita masukin yang kondisinya menyala. Menyala bangku. Ini Torres. Gaskan masih. Heh, apa mau? Duh, beta. Santai. Anjay. Raiso. Aduh. Ragol guys. Gitu. Koramu nih. Korak kelemu nih. Piye iki? Wait. Hmm. Korak kelemu. Cari suara sih. Heh, kok tadi ngono? Era suarane guys. Game. Gimana ya?
Pumas are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Pass is just off target. Sunset. And Azar. Sunset. And here's Lewandowski. He shifted it to the flank. He's in space and looking for options. Over to the left. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. Tchouaméni gets across to intercept that. Ferran Torres will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Isco. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Played out to the right. Showing great feet there. He's a sharp little ball here. It's a pretty loose pass. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Tchouaméni out to the right for Ferran Torres. And it's sunset. And here's Lewandowski. Now it's Hazard. Oh, nice touch. Hazard! They've got to be quick to recover this.
Bıraktı.
And he's heaved it away.
Unam can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Spread it left. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kere.
Sunset, who does have an assist to his name. And it's been played through. Oh, that's fabulous.
Gol
And a
dong.
chance!
Ur.
It's bounced back off the post. He's keen, determined to have his say.
Unam really have stepped it up now.
Apa?
They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Passing is crisp and sharp. He's on it. Can he get away? Now the cross.
Soy nera. Gol.
A very combative,
Hadi.
competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Pumas have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. Whistle goes and we start the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Weh. Pantramon.
And the ball is out of play. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Closing in on goal. Traumeri. And they're quick to
Prit,
press.
prit. Wih.
And he stands
Apa
tall,
tadi?
impenetrable. Sunset.
Hazard sendiri.
Hazard. He's found a way through. Bullish header.
Lewandowski.
A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball.
Bullet header.
He got a strong forehand
Header.
behind that one.
Bullet header.
2 goals on the day and he may not yet be done.
Aduh.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
No, he's not getting past him there.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Played out towards the right wing. The
Dapat
message
skor.
is clear. None shall
Kamavinga.
pass.
Militao. Pau ke Persi. Dia ke Ferrantes. Sunset.
Sunset.
Isco.
Being hunted
Aduh.
in packs.
Well, he has to become a target. They've been too slow
Dapat.
to recognise his influence.
Ferran Torres lari.
Ferran Torres
Dapat.
moves wide and looking to get
Angkat.
into this. Oh,
Aduh,
smashing
9
header.
aku wih.
Denied by an instinctive save.
Lewandowski actually didn't do an
Lewandowski.
awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Pumas
Lewandowski?
with their first corner. The first in the
Kasih
game for either
Lewandowski.
side, actually.
Umpan. Set.
There's the header! And kept out by the
Ente.
most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tries to get it clear. Pumas perhaps contemplating their next change here. Plenty of space out wide here. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. Oh, good spread.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Ferran Torres. Spread out to the left. Chouameni.
Dani
Dani
Olmo
Olmo.
kemana
Dani
kemana
Olmo.
ke gawang.
And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
And very quickly, the substitute
Ush.
made his mark.
That's just
Uspet.
as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
A case
Slabeo.
now of complete control. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Patah-patah.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And it's Camavinga. Oh, that's neat. Chouameni. Now that's a lovely exchange. He's chosen to go back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
That is lovely. Now this could be a chance. Mbappe. Real chance here.
Aduh.
Cross deflected behind for a corner. It's their second corner of the game.
Chouameni. Umpan. Alah.
And now a sudden chance to
Striker
counter.
bingung. Striker bingung.
Can he get on the end of this? That has been cut short. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made
Ah,
it
nah.
look a bit predictable.
Pumas are coasting towards victory. Out to the left it goes. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Dapat. Mantap. Depan.
And the through ball. He has found the way through.
Lari ya.
Lewandowski had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Aduh, sorry.
Can he get it through? Can he latch on to this?
Menang ini mah, menang. Hazard. Aduh. Wani. Alah, Raiso.
Dani Olmo. Time added on 4 minutes. Camavinga.
Aduh.
And that will be the final act. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect to win. They will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance.
Siapa?
Lewandowski picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Señora de señores. Señor. Kunde masuk, Bellingham ganti, Isco, pokoknya sing menyala oke lah. Kiri coba tidak, Rano, Alvarez, rasa, Gareth Bale.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect
Aduh,
ambiance for the
salah.
central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Knocks it out wide. Camavinga. Isco. Camavinga.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Spread out to the left.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which
Look.
raises hope.
Kepecet.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Ento. Alah, kok jenenge sih?
What a throw in. He'd have done well to reach that. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Kunde,
Kunde,
and it's
Rashford.
Rashford.
Aduh.
There will be
Nice.
a throw in. Really fierce, close defending. Tries to pass
Lari,
it through.
lari.
You can never be sure
Lari,
of runners in
lari.
space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Bale.
It's a mighty effort! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And we have our very first corner. It's really well cleared.
Tendang Raine.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Aduh.
Still goalless. Zaragoza were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Gomez. Camavinga. Isco. Rashford. Rashford going face to face with his great rival. And it's Camavinga. And Dani Olmo.
Misal.
Dani Olmo! On the ball,
Laki.
and again. He's delivered
Isco.
alright.
Menyundul guys.
True strike.
Selfie.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Kaki di kepala, kepala di kaki.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Oh, perfectly measured that. And this is Bale. Dani Olmo. He's on it. Can he get away? That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, good spread. Isco.
Bumazunam can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
And it's Olmo.
Peter.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Shifted it to the flank. Strong running down that left flank. It's gone for a throw-in. Isco does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Dani Olmo engages and forces him off the ball. Dani Olmo gets over and intercepts. Chouameni, Eder Militao, Dani Olmo. Now it's Bale. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Camavinga. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Pumas have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we are back on the way.
Bumazunam really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Isco does really well to win the ball there. Rashford receives it in a wide position.
Aduh.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's been shot off it.
Isco lagi.
It's Isco!
Aduh, kurang banter.
Knocks it into space. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. He's defended very well against those tricky feet. Isco wins the duel this time. Pumas are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Rashford looking to run onto it. Koundé makes the interception. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, to be honest, Peter, he has dictated much of the play. Better late.
Tries a shot! And he comes up trumps again.
Cantik loh. Iya. Bisa lewat tapi
Corner number 2 then.
Chouameni. Umpan. Anak lembung mumpul. Koundé.
Zaragoza have the chance to go the other way. Great vision. And it's made its way to him.
Tepat.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Dani Olmo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Tuh. Ayo, kan langsung dulan loh Gareth Bale. Sesame.
Some Absolute defending there.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11 será sustituido por el dorsal 38.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now there's a fine ball.
Walah.
Pumas are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Foot in. And this is Bale. That has been slung wide.
Nah, mesti ngono lho. Nah.
Real chance. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Wih,
Gomez.
handsball kuwi.
How Kubasi kept aware and it is reclaimed easily. Chouameni. Sunset. He's looking wide. And that's been intercepted.
Loh,
That's
balik di.
great positioning, so good from him. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have
Wih,
to
kosong.
admire their commitment to goals.
Sikat. Oh. Loh, kok
He
kono
won't be
sih?
happy with that one. Can
Ih.
he finish? Oh, it's come off the upright.
Berbahaya pemirsa.
Kamavinga. Pumas still ahead by the game's only goal.
Rashford kita bawa.
Now it's Rashford. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Rashford will not want to lose
Rashford.
out here, not against this opponent.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Boleh nih, boleh nih. Loh, kok kono?
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Out towards the flank.
Terlalu panjang.
I think
Terlalu.
we're about to
Alah,
see
apa
a
sih?
frenetic finish.
Panel elek banget.
No half measures from here.
Yo.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Habrá un minuto de
And this
descuento.
is Azar. Now can he find a finish? And he shoots!
Tuh loh.
Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And surely that does it. Perfect
Biasa,
time,
biasa.
decisive strike.
Prit, prit, prit.
And time is up. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Your reflection.
Ih, patah-patah. Emang patah-patah. Casillas. Bastoni. Wih, merah. Yang menyala, menyala. Yang menyala banyak kali. Taking awareness gimana? Bruno Fernandes. Kaskan. Johan Green. Daniel Masaro. Oh, kipernya saya mau no.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And as you can see, we've
Tuh.
already started here.
Daniele Massaro is someone I
Tinggalan
see as
Messi.
a very versatile forward, Peter.
He's played right across the front line, hasn't he?
Yeah, deployed everywhere in midfield too. As a matter of fact, he's played in defence on occasion and relatively late in his career. I think the powers that be decided that he's best
Kang
played through
In.
the middle.
What a good decision that's. Lee Kang
Waduh.
In!
Jadi
And that would have been some goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
nice pass.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, good spread. Messi, Cruyff, and it's Messi. But they've got it again. And here's Cruyff. Very nicely
Anjay.
done.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Aimed beyond the
Ayo.
defence.
Untuk alah.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Camavinga. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Messi.
Untuk
Now it's Cruyff. Rijkaard. Played out to the right. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Bruno Fernandes. And that has been cleared.
No.
Tries a shot! Magnificent from Mateus!
From Mateus.
Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! He just absolutely speared that in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Yes. Ih, patah-patah. Tertipu dia, guys. Twist.
Pumas have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
There's the shot!
Waduh.
Flamengo, and he's following up!
Terus kasih last
That's what
guess.
you call inspired goalkeeping.
Inspired
Really looked sharp
goalkeeping.
there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Fernandes. And it's Azar. Messi has it out wide and in space.
Ih, ketipu.
Oh,
Aduh.
shooting chance! Goal!
Iya sih.
And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Pintu.
He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Turns and goes back. Rijkaard looking for the run. Shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Harusnya
Bruno
umpan
Fernandes
sih ya.
deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Sorry. Tutupan.
And we have our very first corner.
Rijkaard. Set.
And a chance! It's in!
Pekam, pekam,
Into the lead
pekam,
once
pekam,
more.
pekam. Darah kotor.
What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Aos 34
Gaya kuda.
minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador camisa 4.
Iya, kesenggol. Lucky.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's found a way through. Mateus gets into a good position. And he's being shifted off it. Messi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Wih, kalah Melayu loh.
He's shifting
Zan
through the
itu.
gears here. It's a mighty...
Untung.
crossbar.
Aduh.
Oh, that is rather wayward.
Medeni.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Oh, strongly challenged there. Valverde and Bastoni. Mateus can see things others simply cannot.
Alah, kurang pantas.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Aduh.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Iya.
Valverde was in no mood for any of that.
Foram
Can in.
aplicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Bruno Fernandes,
Nah, tadi kontrol.
and it's Azar. Lee Kang in, Saliba cuts it out. Shifted it to the flank. Robertson, played in by Robertson.
Nice.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Pumas head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1.
Let's go.
And we're off again. Hazard picks it up out wide. Mateus. Now it's Bergkamp. He's in a chance. It's loose again. And yes, it's there. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are
Great.
crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
And yes, it's him again. Pumas take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Yeah.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to
Oh.
bed. There's little sympathy about.
Rijkaard. Well, that tackle was certainly... And the finish!
Kesalahan.
Hits the net. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Over to the left. Flashes it across.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
No, he's not getting his way this time. Mateus. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Can he get on the end of this?
Mantap.
He's
Bisa.
in plenty of space here. Goes for a shot.
Wah,
That's
Fernandes.
fabulous.
Kalem.
He's got himself an absolute peach. Perfect placement. The one place
Perfect
the keeper
placement.
couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
16 minutos do segundo tempo pelo jogador camisa 22.
Hazard. Bruno Fernandes. Menonton. Cool.
Pumas go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
And this is Bergkamp. Hazard. It's Hazard! Fernandes. Backward it goes.
Aduh.
Lee Kang-in really
That's
had a
it.
clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Now it's
Alah,
Bergkamp.
ketabrak.
That's a shade optimistic.
Gitu.
Robertson.
Ngono ketabrak.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Camavinga.
Aduh.
Massaro. Now it's Cruyff. Out to the right. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Lee Kang in. Now this could be a chance.
Alah, nangkok.
Chance again. No.
Pumas Unam really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Teremos uma substituição.
It's their second corner of the game. Dani Olmo! And it's come back down to him.
6.
Relentless. Just relentless.
Ya,
And
ya.
the lead is extended still further. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
And very Massaro! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Ayo untuk.
He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mateus. He's looking wide. And it's played in.
Aduh.
Good read, needed to be. Massaro. And it's Robertson. And he's had it nicked away. Bernardo Silva. So what can they make of this? And this is Bergkamp. Showing good feet.
Ah,
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent.
Tintenito.
It's almost personal. And it had to be. Fernandes. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Fernandes. Just 5 minutes left. He's making a real surge on the left.
alah.
Now it's Cruyff. That's been slipped through. And that's a dangerous ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Foram indicados
That is
4
a
minutos
jarring
de
tackle,
acréscimo.
but apparently nothing wrong with it. There will be
Wish.
4 extra minutes. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Merah sini.
And no surprise, that's a booking.
Substituição no
Flamingo. Oh, mesti nunggu bola.
Massaro and Fernandez. And this is Cruyff. Massaro. The pressing's intense and it's
Oh,
paid off.
sendiri.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Sendiri maksudnya bertiga.
Vinicius Junior receives it in a
Oh.
shot. It's in.
Respect.
Over the hills and far away. No catching them now. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Rit.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponent.
Sampai tanggal 9. Tanggal 8. Lagi. Matius kami sana. Pokoknya saya menyala pokoknya. Maradona cuy. Forlan, Cruyff, Vieira, Fabio Cannavaro, Oliver Kahn.
Well, football is of course ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has already started. Paris Saint-Germain have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball.
He's got through! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cruyff with the clearance. And it's Chiellini. Nice control. Looking to go deep.
Rasanya.
Has caused
Harapkan.
disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
What a waste.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I would think that this fella Valverde's role is going to be so key here. He'll be tasked with pretty much doing everything from covering the back line to winning the ball back, triggering counter-attacks, providing outlets, pressing, as well as being a goal threat. In other words, pretty much everything.
Yeah, still certainly be
Bisa.
leading him. He's had a shot! Well, now it's a race for the
Das
ball.
kiper.
That's really well manoeuvred. Valverde. And this is Forlan. Maradona.
Wih,
Can he finish?
offset dong.
And it's in!
Offset lah. Oh, jauh. Offset banget mau dapat. Oke.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. Bruno Fernandes. Dani Olmo.
Alah.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Bruno Fernandes. Lewandowski. Passing is crisp and sharp. Thinks about the tries a
Alah, nangkep.
Cannavaro gets rid without sophistication.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. That's clear cut, it's
Wih,
free
kuning.
kick. And he is going into that little black book. Vieira, a player of legendary status. Shifted it to the flank. Can he get on the end of this? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Played out to the left flank. And it's Bruno
Kolong,
Fernandes.
push up sih.
And here's Lewandowski. Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, to see it unfold
Kolong,
as
weh.
succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Biasa.
Pumas have penetrated for the first time.
Pumas.
Well, I'd remind those
Pumas,
players, Peter,
awesome.
that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Bastoni did well to emerge
Wih,
with the
wih,
ball.
wih, wih. Alah, kesuwen panik kesuwen.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Pumas Unam clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0
Aduh,
score.
kono.
Lewandowski really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And that's played in low. He can get that clear. Cannavaro. Hakimi.
Hakimi.
This is Maradona.
Finish.
Finish!
Sangono.
It's
Ngeri.
level in a
Maradona, guys.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his
Aduh.
response absolutely clinical.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong
Mainnya
teams
bola
of
jauh.
fairly equal standing. The
Mat lah.
outcome should all come down to finishing.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
We are into stoppage time. And it's Vieira. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Ngono tok pelanggaran.
Rodri. There's the whistle for
Rodri.
half-time.
Pedri.
So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of
Et
trying.
merci d'accueillir nos joueurs comme ils le
And
méritent.
it's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So once again, we're underway.
Pumas Unam clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep
Nyangkut.
going. If it's not broken, Don't try to fix it.
Hazard in acres of space out wide.
Lewandowski. Aduh, kiper apik men. Oliver Kahn, guys.
Valverde. Maradona. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Dani Olmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Lewandowski shoots! And it's come back out to him. Oh, taken with style.
Bola ribon, bola ribon.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Pumas get themselves into the lead. Vieira.
Vieira seandainya
The speed is slippery. Defense though able to hold on
ku
this
tak
time.
ingin kau pergi.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's gone for goal.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Well read, nice interception. Bastoni.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to
Hello.
engage the counter-attack.
Nicely aimed pass. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Oh,
Sharp to the
sedap.
ball here.
Untuk alah.
Cannavaro gets a good foot in there.
Hazard. Aduh.
Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Hazard showing good feet. Cross into the box. And he's there to clear
Alah
it.
dur.
Robertson, and the counter is on. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Lee Kang-in. And he's had a hit.
Wih.
Oh, it's come off the upright.
Ribon lagi.
He scores! A
Lewandowski.
two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
The manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Wis.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Mateus. Pumas perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next
Duh,
substitution.
kok kono sih? Wah, lagi
Ball,
memoloh.
how can he reach it?
Ki memoloh.
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Shot, surely!
Salah umpan.
Very well taken goal. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now. All of a sudden, this one's totally up for grabs.
And it's Bergkamp. It's Bergkamp! That's a lovely, neat pass.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one.
Buset.
They'll seemingly keep going.
Cruyff! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Hakimi promptly onto that, and that is that. Hakimi. Beckham providing an outlet on that flank.
Dapat.
He gets big,
Buset, kalah dur.
and a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Paris Saint-Germain making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely...
Up he goes! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Rooney. Pumas looking to pass their way through.
Ah.
And it's Beckham. And no, that was never going to make it.
Duh, kok kono. Mantap.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Chiellini. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And he's intervened well there.
Ah.
Dickens there. Hakimi. Pumas close now to seeing this one through to the end. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Olise. It's a really well measured ball. Maradona. Oh, shooting chance!
Bahaya.
Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Right, deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Yay.
And that is that. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out all...
Udahlah. Capek. Thank you guys yang udah nonton.